Hey everyone, it's Luke here from LT Gaming and welcome back to the channel. Today I'm taking a look at the top 10 upcoming space sims. Now essentially I've taken two older videos here, got rid of the stuff that's already come out, edited them together and then added some fresh games for your enjoyment. So whether you're a long-term LT gamer or a newcomer to the channel, you should find something here to enjoy, and we know space sims is a massive area for us and we just love covering them. If you're a fan of space simulation games, make sure to check out our Forgotten series where we uncover some true hidden gems and games that you'll absolutely love to go back and revisit. I'll make sure to link that playlist in the description below. But now let's jump into an updated space sims list that we can all get very excited about. Kicking off the list today is Starship Simulator. In this ambitious title, you will explore a scientifically accurate Milky Way galaxy and uncover distant, uncharted worlds. Experience unrestricted access to every deck of your Magellan-class deep space exploration vessel. Interact with numerous fully simulated ship systems, or simply relax in the bar and watch the stars drift by. Join the adventure now. Of course, this game we covered on the channel quite some time ago before its highly successful Kickstarter campaign. The game was always ambitious and now they can truly meet that, with over 5,761 backers that pledged £402,000. And they have promised to be an absolutely epic space sim with beautiful ship interiors, stunningly realistic galaxies, and impressive simulated ship systems. This game promises to be the deeply immersive space exploration sandbox that we all so desperately want. I messed around with the demo a while ago and it really did impress me, although it's quite clear there's a lot of work to be done. But with the successful Kickstarter, they now have the resources to really bring this project to life. I really don't think that there's a space simulation game out there which excites me as much as this project. Yes, there are some rivals and challengers which look great, but overall it's the ambition and scale of this game to really create what we all want, that immersive ability to travel the stars. Moving onwards, we have Space Travelers, which is a unique open space simulator. You can experience the universe in 2343 the way that you want and explore over 6,000 distant worlds. Fight enemies or alien life forms in space or on the ground, trade with allies, and build factories and bases. Once again, this is a very ambitious title and I would advise caution as to whether they're going to be able to deliver the brief. It is just one developer and one marketeer, and they did actually make contact with us, and I think that's a good sign. So we'll give them the benefit of the doubt and put the game on the list for the time being as one to potentially check out in the future. The game looks really good, and I did spend some time with the demo, though it does need a lot of quality of life improvements to even get to a basic stage. However, it is always good to look at these projects and potentially add them to your wishlist for the future. The ability to embark on an odyssey through the universe, command spacecraft in thrilling battles, and master interstellar commerce really is an exciting prospect. They are promising the ability to fly freely in the entire universe and explore over 6,000 planets. On top of this, they're also saying that you'll be able to land and walk on any planet or star, see black holes, and visit space anomalies. There's going to be futuristic cities and bases and the ability to colonize and terraform planets. I think the best thing with this title is to keep an eye on it and see how it develops over time. And a new feature on this list is QANGA, which is a vast multiplayer space sandbox where players explore a fully playable solar system without loading screens. Now, I wouldn't normally include early access titles in upcoming lists, however, this one really is like a tech demo. It needs a huge amount of work to fulfill its potential. You're able to fly seamlessly between planets, engage in base building, combat, trade, and survival on worlds like Mars, Venus, and beyond. Whether scavenging for resources or battling enemies like the Sanglines, you'll shape your adventure. Customize servers, play solo or with friends, and build bases across the cosmos in this open-ended space sim. I actually spent a large amount of time with this title when it first came out and I was going to make a video. But I got beaten to the punch by a couple of the big space sim channels, and honestly they really did fluff this title a lot. You know, saying it's like the next Star Citizen or a good Star Citizen. It really isn't there yet. That's the truth of this title. It needs a huge amount of work, but it shows potential and is very impressive from the small team that they have. Once I had a handle on the single player mechanics, I really enjoyed playing this title and found it truly ambitious. However, where it really fell down is when me and Tom tried to play together. It just was so buggy, you couldn't do anything. I tried to fly him into space, it didn't work. His character glitched out multiple times. It really was almost comedic and very frustrating. So for us, they have a huge amount of work to do, but that isn't going to ruin the potential of this title and some of the great moments I had in single player. Flying out to Neptune was a joy, and I had such a good time even posting my screenshots in the Discord. Brilliant and very, very exciting. The seamless solar system exploration is really exciting in this game. There's also the potential for base building in the future, and the multiplayer gameplay excites those who have waited for Star Citizen to actually ever do anything. I also think it was a good design choice to pick androids because they don't have the limitations of humans, which is a bonus in this sort of title. On the downside, there really is an unclear path of how this gets to be what it wants to be in the future, and also they put the capital of the world in France. I just can't get behind that. It doesn't work for me. But joking aside, this game revealed two things to me. One, there is massive potential out there for a brilliant space sim like we've always wanted. And two, YouTubers, when they get to games early, really do ruin them. They fluff them, they give them too much hype, and they don't actually play them from what I've seen. So, hey, I waited on this game, and I decided to give you my honest opinion, and the pros and cons as I see it. My recommendation here is to stick this on the wish list and see what happens with the development. But if you're someone who likes to jump into early titles, you're a tester and an experimenter, then give it a go right now. Starminer. In this exciting game, you will design and build an interstellar mining fleet to strip space of its invaluable minerals and sell them for a tidy profit. But beware, your greed will attract the alien. Use warships and defense platforms to protect your fleet at all costs, in real space, in real time. In fact, you will feel your pulse quicken while piloting your 150,000-ton warship between asteroids in the vacuum of space, in real time, all with fully simulated physics. The challenge of defending my fleet against the alien sounds pretty damn cool, and I can't wait to try this game out. One of the things that came across to me in the trailer of this game is the absolutely brilliant atmosphere, and for a space enthusiast, I cannot wait. Next up, we have Planet Prospector, which is an open-world space logistics simulator where players support humanity's colonization efforts by transporting essential supplies to various outposts and factories across planets and space environments. With a realistic cargo system, players manually load and unload containers, navigate asteroid fields, and explore vast landscapes using rovers or on foot to mine rare resources. The unique jump system, although it sounds a little bit like a hairdryer, requires precise distance input, adding a challenging layer to exploration. Now, I played a lot of this title and featured it on the channel in a video if you want to check that out, and I know since then he's taken a huge amount of feedback. I've been talking to him on and off, and he's going to reinvent some aspects of the game and take feedback to improve what the potential looks like. I think it's great that a developer takes feedback and then makes adjustments, and overall I had a really good time in this, but I could see where it could end up a little bit limited, and I think he needs to expand the horizon just slightly and maybe give the players a real challenge. But there is a bones of a really great title here, and he did some things absolutely brilliantly, and to be honest, better than QANGA in some of the aspects. That realistic physical cargo is really exciting, the exploration of land, space and resource collection is all great to see, and the challenging manual jump system is really fun to play around with. He does need to improve the sound effects though. I think this title has amazing potential, and I would honestly say to the developer, if you're listening, I encourage you to continue and really build on your project. It really does excite me, and I hope other players see the potential in it. Blasting its way onto the list is Outer Empires 2. The tagline is quite funny: in space, no one can hear you scheme. Essentially, in this title, you will step into the vast expanse of Outer Empires, a grand multiplayer online adventure set within an expansive universe of 32,000 interstellar systems. Now, Paul Hudson, who is one of the developers of this game, is a friend of the channel, and I've actually spoken to him live on a Skype call to discuss the project, and really, it seems like a 2D, top-down Star Citizen. In this title, you can begin an odyssey as you discover uncharted planets, each boasting its unique moons, rich resources and colonization potential. You can harvest precious materials, refine them and engage in galactic commerce. You will then be able to deep dive the wonders of scientific advancement, where research not only paves the way for innovative components, but also new spacecraft customizations to cater to your every requirement. Outer Empires plans to go beyond conventional gaming and present a universe where every choice you make etches a lasting impression across the starry expanse. Currently, this game isn't available on the Steam platform, although I do know that Paul is looking for a publisher. In the meantime, if you're interested, I'll leave a link to the website where you can get involved in the game's development. Accelerating onto the list next is In the Black. This game attempts to model nuclear-powered space combat in the 23rd century. It's essentially an intense multiplayer, team-based, online space combat simulator with a laser-like focus on combat and a serious respect for science. It features single-player and online co-op modes and robust customization options. Of course, we recently covered this in a very successful video. You should check that one out. It really is good if you want more details. Anyway, In the Black is an extremely promising title, and I've had my hands on it for some time, and I've even played with the developers in a recent playtest. It does have a laser focus on the combat mechanics, and some space simulation fans will want something more expansive, but it also allows them to deliver the brief. They are also going for realism in this title, and the game has already been awarded the Atomic Rocket Seal of Approval. You can check out their website for more information. However, in the last video I was surprised at the amount of physicists who were in the comments section. It really was an entertaining read. So there we go, LT Gamers. In the Black looks like a very promising game. Now, it's been in development for quite some time, and the team do need to push a little bit in getting this out into early access, but that's up to them. There's definitely no pressure from my side, but I'd just like to see the game out with the gamers. And moving ever onwards, we have Exodus, which is an upcoming story-driven sci-fi RPG that thrusts players into a universe where every choice has far-reaching generational consequences. Playing as the Traveler, you embark on a mission to steal alien technology from powerful enemies known as the Celestials. Time dilation causes days for you to span decades back at home, altering relationships and entire civilizations. I've recently been reading a lot about general and special relativity, and the fact you can hang above the event horizon of a black hole for 1 year and there'll be 10,000 years on Earth, it kinda fascinates me. But regardless, with cinematic storytelling and deep player agency, Exodus offers a Mass Effect-like experience with the added weight of time-driven consequences. Now, of course, this title crosses a few different genres, and it is very early in its development, and we don't know a huge amount about it. There are some really great videos and cinematic trailers on YouTube if you want to find out more. However, given the absolutely awesome space epicness of it, I think it does fit into the space simulation genre. I think the unique time dilation mechanic with the generational impact and the choices that will cause you to make and the different outcomes will be truly fascinating to see, and that will lead to a deep and emotionally engaging narrative. And I think what we have here is a truly AAA cinematic RPG design that we've all been excited to see. However, I know those 3 letters have become almost a dirty word in the industry, but it is good to see the scale and ambition of a title like this for space simmers like us. I absolutely love all the indie space gems that we come across, but I do cry out for that true AAA space epic experience with all the money behind it to really deliver what we all want. It'd be great if it can actually happen with this title. It looks absolutely epic, but with no release date confirmed and those high expectations which may lead to disappointment when there's delays, we really have to exercise caution with this title. Right, LT Gamers, make sure to like, comment and subscribe, especially if you're new here. We always appreciate you, and it's great having you along for the journey. Next up, we have Remnant Protocol. The assassination of the Blessed Mother has plunged the galaxy into darkness. Usurpers now rule with absolute authority, and blood flows like rivers of red across the stars. Only the Protocol can restore her light. Now, that all sounds very dramatic, but essentially what we have here is a game that looks like a really good space sim if they can deliver. The game has a strategic layer that puts you in command of a galactic rebellion. You will raid outposts, make alliances, manufacture ships, research new technologies, and lead your wingmen into battle. Outnumbered and outgunned against a sprawling empire, you must be resourceful as well as ruthless if you're to succeed. I think this strategic layer, partnered with intense dogfighting action, is a recipe for success. With the ability to hop into the cockpit and take command from the vanguard in your own personal fighter, this title really has the chance to blow us all away. Hunternet Starfighter. Hunternet is an MMO starfighter sim where you fight for territory, resources, and key installations during humanity's last civil war. You can form player organizations, mine resources, and build fleets to back up your starfighters. The starfighters in this game have fully simulated cockpits, and there is advanced hardware for you to control as you fight to avoid blackout in close-quarter maneuvering fights of man over machine. You'll be able to wage war over a player-driven persistent universe during humanity's last great civil war, while avoiding humanity's extinction by a mysterious alien threat. The combat and environments in this game look second to none. They look absolutely brilliant, and I'm super excited for this game. It will definitely be a challenge, but if they can build an online community for this game, it's gonna be something to enjoy for many years to come. Look, all I had to do with this one was watch some of the trailers and footage that's out there, and the rings of some of the planets, they're just so beautiful. Honestly, this one is gonna be exciting, and I can't wait to try it out. So there we go, LT Gamers, an updated Space Sims list. I know you really have a passion for these titles, and I love bringing them to you. There is some more forgotten Space Sim lists on the way, and I'm going to put them all together in one big compilation video later in the year, so keep an eye out for that one. If you're an existing subscriber, drop it a like and all that stuff, it does help. And if you're new, hopefully it brings you to the channel. Keep exploring, LT Gamers, and keep loving these amazing titles. We're going to bring you more and more in the future. I've been Luke from LT Gaming. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, all that YouTube stuff, and I'll catch you on the next one.